It's a lovely day and welcome to our session. Today we'll continue our series on the inhibitors of success. And in this series, the third series of it, will be looking at lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. So, how does lack of confidence inhibit success? Now, first of all, you need to understand that confidence itself is one's belief in one's capacity, because it is the capacity that gives rise to one's purpose. Because you are wired with certain capacities to fulfill certain purposes. Now, the second one is, of course, one's ability. Now, the definiteness of your action determines the things you will do. Now, there's someone who says, I will do this, the person does it. The person says, I will do this, the person doesn't do it. So, abilities is there to test your action. It is actually from what you can do that we will know what you're capable in terms of your abilities are. Then finally, the judgment that arises, because in life we don't see things the way they are, we see things the way we are. And that is what we call perception, and that is our own judgment. So what happens is that this judgment are our decisions. So we look at the firmness of our decisions. So certain decisions can be taken quick and change quickly. Why some people take slower time to take a decision, but when they do, they are more firm to it. So having said this about confidence, we now understand what lack of confidence can do. So lack of confidence, first of all, is going to bring about an erosion of just the confidence we talked about. So first of all, we have self-doubt. That self-doubt is a situation where you begin to fear. You are not sure of the capacity that you have, so to say, and the purpose is not clear. That is what self-doubt does to someone. It erodes that assurance, that natural assurance of your capacity. It begins to make you to want to dodge challenges. Why? Because you are afraid of failure. You are now becoming risk averse. You are becoming a tortoise man. You are applying the thought sense. Then another thing is it's going to give you a poor perception of yourself. You're going to be looking at yourself from a point of inadequacy, inferiority. You're going to have a distorted self-image, which is going to give birth to a very poor self-identity. Now, this makes you feel like an imposter, and more often than not, you do not have the intuition, even if you do, the motivation or inspiration to try anything. So what are you going to do very quickly? First of all, you need to come to what I call self-realization. You need to know who and what you are. You need to become aware of your capacities, and you need to affirm that to yourself, all right? And you have to do this by, first of all, knowing that you are a scholar. That means you are meant to study. You're a king. You have authority to exercise. And you are a creator. You are bound to change the order of things through creativity and innovation. So you need to wake up to that fundamentals first, being aware of it. If you have not watched my video on fear, the first series of this, which I talked about fear, you go and look at it, because that is where what factors are explained. I can't do it here because I don't want this video to be more than 5 minutes. So after self-realization, you go to self-actualization. You now understand that there is an essence for you to pursue a particular agenda in order to reveal who truly you are. That is where you talk about implementation of whatsoever you are aware of. The template with which you're going to achieve this is for you to break down your goals, make them into smaller deliverables on daily basis for you to be able to actualize it. And finally, you're going to begin a journey on continual self-evolution. This continual is you live, you stop, you pause, you appraise, you upgrade, then you continue. All right? Now, this is about improvement. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. You can always improve something. So it is about continuous self-improvement. You are looking at mentorship. You're going to mix with people on the upper echelon who are mentors. You have your mates who you bounce ideas, and you have mentees who you also mentor. Then there is a need for you to belong to a community of people of same mind and like aspirations, because that is the best place for you to grow and expand your vision. Then more often than not, You are going to learn from your mistakes and failures. They're not supposed to be things that scare you. They're supposed to be things you now leverage on. And you're supposed to celebrate your little wins. Celebrate your little wins. So that's where we're going to end it till I come your way again. Bye for now.